Taurus, and welcome to your Triple Cross reading for the month of March 2018. You can use this reading for your sun, moon, and rising signs. In some months, you might identify more with your moon sign or rising sign instead of your sun sign. So if you know your signs, please do check those videos out for more clarity at this time. Also keep in mind that these are general readings, so naturally there'll be some messages that resonate more than others, and that's normal because there's lots of Tauruses out there in the YouTube community. With all that said, let's begin your reading. Down the center we have the Star card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Moon card. Three major arcana cards, so this message will definitely have a lot of weight for your sign right off the gate. And crossing or supporting that, we have the Three of Cups, and this is both a crossing card and a supporting card. I'll explain why in a second. So the moon, the full moon in Virgo that just happened, is promising to bring about a lot of change in your life. So some of you have yet to undergo this change, and others of you are already in the midst of it. So with all sorts of change comes a sense of unease and not knowing where we stand. There's a little bit of a lack of stability. Why? Because the wheel turns. For moments you'll have a high, and then you'll have a low, and then a high and a low again, just like the wheel shows here how it's depicted. But with those moments of big highs, with the Star card, of feeling really inspired, enlightened, excited even, there will also be moments of a little bit of worry, of stress. For some of you, it could manifest as fear or anxiety. But the beauty here, so don't fret, because there's good news, is that once you undergo this change, there is going to be a lot of happiness that is going to be brought about in your life. These changes are here to bring about more happiness, more stability within your life. So that's why this three is an obstacle and also a supporting card, because you have to undergo these changes in order to feel this way. So try your best not to lose your sense of optimism and your sense of humor with the Star card when it comes to dealing with these changes. Try to embrace the unknown. Instead of being afraid of it, try to see it as an opportunity for growth and expansion, because it does bring a very positive abundance and growth. There's a lot of opportunity with this if you allow it to just be. So go with the flow and have a sense of trust in the universe. Now, in your root area, we have the Five of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. So these changes are here for you, so that you open up even more so when it comes to your heart, on a heart level, on an emotional and soul level. So if you are doubting at all any situation, any relationship that you have with people, or if there's been instability with certain relationships or friendships that you do have, this is a period to either let go or forgive. So there's a sense of either healing and forgiving some of the people that have been either unstable themselves or have brought about instability within your life and your heart. And there's also a sense here of release, of letting go, of learning your lessons, and just letting it's releasing, but also knowing when to just walk away from situations that are not beneficial to you, that are not bringing about that level of trust and that level of stability that you need in order to feel good about yourself and good about your life. So any relationship that has been this way, now is the time to let it go once and for all. The changes that I'm seeing, because we do have 3 major arcana here, and we do have the 5 and the 9 right in the middle. We do have a cup card. I'm seeing it as all or nothing type of thing. So you either forgive and forget, or you forget and you have to bless the situation for what it was and see all the lessons that did come about because of that person or that situation in your life, because your heart is ready. And that's why your heart has appeared in between this chaos and confusion and like a little bit of uncertainty here, because your heart is ready to let go of anything that feels heavy, of anything that isn't bringing about a sense of lightness, and also giving you that sense of trust within yourself and your environment. Now, in your recent past, we have the 7 of Wands, the Devil card, and the 6 of Wands. So there is a lot of creativity. So I should say your creativity was heightened coming into this month. Some of you might still be in this energy because we are measuring energy, and energy isn't quantifiable as it starts in this day, this second, this hour. It's energy. It flows, and it will flow differently for all of you out there, because there's a lot of degrees within astrology. So you have to know your degrees as well. But for some of you that are feeling inspired and super creative and passionate about what it is that you do, by all means take advantage of this, because your energy will be heightened throughout this period. Now, you could have felt, actually, I should say, this could be a Capricorn that you are dealing with. So if for all of you Tauruses out there dealing with a Capricorn, or a very sexy person, I should say, just because there's so many wands attached to this person. So there's a lot of chemistry for sure. There's a lot of passion between the two of you. And the thing here that I'm seeing, though, is that you have to be able to get past your ego, because while this is a passionate exchange, there is a lot of ego here between you. So if you want this relationship to move forward, to get to the next level, and to be successful, it definitely can, because we do have a success card here. You have to be able to let go of the ego and be a little bit more vulnerable with him or her. Now, for others of you, especially anyone that is trying to battle with an addiction, a negative person or situation of some kind, and this could be a vice, so like smoking, for example, or being having a negative relationship to food or to alcohol, or being overly fixated with a person, because the devil could also represent a person that we are addicted to, but the addiction has a negative ilk to it. So the good news here is that you should use this month to try to combat this situation, this vice, this addiction, or this negativity, because you will be successful if and only if you are diligent and you are honest with yourself about the why. Why is it that you're gravitating towards these vices or this person or this negative situation? But you will combat it. So if it's something that you want to let go of and release, we do have a theme here, forming of release. Now is the time to do it. And in your crowning position, we have the 2 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the High Priestess. So a word of caution. It's going to be to your benefit if you exercise a little bit of restraint when it comes to your finances. This month is not the most ideal to make big purchases. And the reason for that is because later on you might need of more abundance of your resources. There might be something that pops up, so it's better to be forewarned, because forewarned is forearmed, right? So try to act like the High Priestess and the Hanged Man here. They are both inactive cards, and they are attached here to a Pentacles card. So it's talking about your finances, your resources, your abundance, your energy as well, because energy is valuable. So try to hold off on that as much as you can. And if you are dealing with a decision, a situation where you have to choose between two things, two people, two situations, two cities even, try not to overwhelm yourself, because the key to making the right choice is going to come from meditating like the Hanged Man, being patient, and utilizing your great wealth of intuition, because we do have the moon, and the moon connects to the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is the most intuitive card that you can get, especially in the major arcana. So there is a sense here of having to be patient, meditate, and use your intuition to find the right solution for you, for your situation in your life. Now, in your future, we have the Knight of Cups, and the Page of Cups. So 2 Cups cards coupled with the 10 of Wands. So some of you Tauruses will have the opportunity to travel here, because the 10 to me always denotes travel, or can denote travel rather. So halfway through the month, there's going to be an opportunity to do so. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of invitations to go out and socialize, and this could be a little bit taxing on your energy. And especially if you are a single Taurus, there's going to be quite a few people vying for your attention. There's going to be a couple of suitors here. I see 2, but there definitely could be more. And if you are dealing with a water sign, such as a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or an emotional person, they are... if it's not those signs, they are expressing their energy as a little bit taxing on you, on your resources, or your patience. It could be. They are demanding a lot of your attention. They're needing a lot from you. So this could be either a needy person in a negative way. And if that's the case, just try to exercise distance like we saw here in the root area. Or this person or people, they could be needing of you, of your wisdom, of your counsel, your advice, because they're unable to deal with the emotional stresses in their life currently. And just know that you have the wisdom to help this person to combat the situation, to give them compassion, to show them compassion, and show them in a loving way how to move past the situation. Or you could also lovingly say that you're unable to do so, because it's okay. We can't always be there for everybody, especially if you're feeling taxed yourself. So just try to exercise compassion for both you and that person that might be needing a lot from you. There's a lot of neediness, needy energy coming from this water sign or emotional person. Now, in your ego position, we have the 4 of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Death card. So definitely there is a big message here in your reading, especially when I connect these 3 to the center, of change, of very deep transformation. So it's not just a slight change of, what have you, a change of a hairstyle or something like that. This is a very profound psychological change even. And these changes are coming about this month to bring you more stability. We already talked about this a little bit here in the center, and it's the cards are just having a lot of synergy. And when I see repeat messages, they definitely have a lot of weight. And we did have 3 major arcana cards, so just know that whatever changes happen, whatever things are ending, because the death card does represent endings or transformations, they are here to bring you more stability within your life, because we are dealing with a 4, and 4 in numerology does talk about stability. And the Ace of Swords here is telling you to get rid of things once and for all, but to cut them at their root. It's not just saying like, oh, I can't deal with this right now. It's saying, I will no longer tolerate the situation. I will no longer be dealing with this because I am ready to move forward. So anything that has not worked out, something that we saw here in your root area, your mind is strong enough to deal with these changes, to cut these ties, and just know that the death card, while it can be a little bit of a shocking card to see in a reading, I don't see it as that. I see it as a transformational card. And the death card always brings about that promise that whatever is leaving out of your life is going to be replaced by something better for you that promises you happiness and stability. Now, in your environment, we have the Queen of Cups, the Empress card, and the Hierophant or the Pope. So this is wonderful because with all of these changes, and for some of you, fears or feeling taxed out when it comes to your energy or resources, just know that there's help here. There's a lot of support here for you should you need it. So this help could come from a person that's either older from you because they're very wise, or it could come from a female in your life. I say female because we do have a queen and an empress together. So it does talk about a very powerful feminine energy that is here to nurture you, that is here to try to help you see the wisdom in these changes. And also, it's just someone that cares for you so very much, and they are here to bring about more emotional stability in your life. So that's a beautiful thing. Now, in your hopes and fears area, we have the World card, the Hermit, and the Judgment card. So once again, we have a trio of major arcanas. And this is the first time that I'm seeing this in my readings this month. So we have 3 majors, 3 majors. So definitely another message that will have weight. And these are hopes and fears, depending on the Taurus that I'm talking to. Because some of you are definitely ready to implement these changes. You're ready to cut through illusions. You're ready for these new things to happen. You're ready to close up chapters, because that's what the World card represents, especially with the Justice card. There's a sense of knowing that now's the time. Now's the time to let these changes come through in your life. But other Tauruses out there might be a little bit fearful of having to make these radical changes, these big transformations, because it's a fear of the unknown. So if this is applicable to you, try to trust in the divine providence, in the wisdom of the universe, and try to reconnect with your spirituality with the Hermit card and the World card. This is such a beautiful trio, honestly, because yes, it talks about change, but it says that once you reconnect with your spirituality, with your higher self, with your guides, with the universe, with God, whatever it is that you believe in, you will be able to find more fortitude, more strength to go and push forward with these changes. And just know that these changes are designed for you. There's a sense here that you have agreed to these changes on a soul level, and the changes are designed so that you can can evolve as the spiritual being that you are. Now, in your outcome for the month of March, we have the King of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. So by the end of the month, you're going to be able to see with clarity anything that is cyclical in nature. We did see a cyclical card with the wheel, something that goes up and down, that sense of going up and down. You're going to be able to deal with it, to see through it, and to know that anything that may have looked very appealing, very interesting, anything that you thought could have, should have been something beautiful, that had the potential to be something beautiful, something exciting, just doesn't fulfill you emotionally. And this is why it's going to be a lot easier to deal with the changes, especially at the end of the month. Now, for those of you dealing with an air sign like a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this person could definitely help you see what the cycles are about. And they could also give you a very impartial and objective outlook when it comes to dealing with these changes or these cycles. Now, for some of you, because we do have an 8 and we do have a 10 here, and I connect these cards because they're my travel cards. Every time they come up, they denote travel for me. So if you are deciding whether or not you should travel halfway through the month or by the end of the month, the cards are supporting it. They're saying, yes, do it. Once again, if and only if financially you can afford it. They don't need to be big travel things. You don't need to go very far. It could just be going to a park, going to a lake, going someplace that you don't normally frequent, but that they can charge you and they can make you they can remove you from your current circumstances and help you be a bit more like the king here, a bit more objective, being able to see the forest from the trees, being able to see things from a bird's eye view so that you can deal with these cycles and these big changes that are going to be taking place in your life throughout this period. All right, Taurus, that's the end of my reading. I hope that this has brought about a guide to better manifest with the energies that are at your disposal throughout this time. If you feel like it has been of help to you, you can support my channel by subscribing or giving me a thumbs up. It would mean so much. Or sharing this video with someone that might need to hear these messages. I have also just recently added a donate button in my website, and I am linking that in the description below. So if you feel called to support my channel and these free readings that I am providing on my YouTube channel, I'd like to thank you for your contribution. Now, if you would like a private reading with me, you can visit tripletarot.com. I would love to read for you. Also, I'm inviting you to follow me on Twitter and Facebook because I will be making some announcements and some promotions down the road in those social media platforms. So I hope to see you there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you a beautiful month, Taurus. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.